Hello everybody, welcome back. Um, Lately I've been working on the start of the new volume that's out, volume 13, but it seems that a new chapter came out, and as I was working on the 66.7 chapter, I came across the Chapter 70, and I kind of wanted to just do a read through, I guess, with everyone because I did read through it. I was gonna do a candid first impressions video, but the mic that got used was the one in my headphones, so it did not come out as well as I would have hoped. Otherwise, I would have used that. So I do know what is gonna happen, but still. I wanted to go through it with you guys because I think this could be a nice change of pace, something more relaxed, more off the cuff. But anyway, so it seems that we start over at the provisional name Tide of Light within the 7th layer of the final Maelstrom, where Nanachi had previously gotten critically injured due to the Cthulhu monster that is pretty prevalent throughout the 7th layer so far, and that has powers that are more akin to the Orb Piercer in that it can detect the force field as well as suppress the senses of other beings, it seems. Still breathing, although by the looks of it, yeah, her leg is definitely messed up. This is what would have become of Shirumina. Does this mean you gave up that time? Leader, requesting orders for rendezvous at level. Nanachi is severely injured. Yes, beasts have begun to gather due to the strong smell of blood. Fepta's all sad about it, trying to reassure her. Our squad owes a great debt. We will most definitely save Nanachi. Tell them, Sosu. Fepta will accompany the Na one, Sosu. Reg protects Rico. Most reliable. I am counting on you. Man, he looks pretty sick, dude. I like his ability. So there they are. The little fur ball going saving Nanachi. Fapta's like so OP. This dude's name is so confusing to me. Yataramar will avoid the strain of ascension. They will take a route to the ground level, move lower. To facilitate that, we will secure the gathering point. Nishigora and Tapaste will scout ahead and select our camp location. A fight against time. Do not drop your guard, and go with speed. Reg, if you catch the scent of water, I'll note it down, so tell me. If it's like that time with me, we are definitely going to need a lot of water for Nanachi's recovery. So there's Rico being optimistic once again, already ensuring herself and Reg that she's going to be in a recovery state. So there's Sarajo, cautious. Frapam! Search for my shovel. Pamungu! Reg's all confused about it, okay? Once again, getting emotional, a little distracted, and Sarajo grabs her relic shovel. Something like that. I don't think that's her, her special weapon, like Ozen's Thousand Men Pins or something like that, or even Bondrud's Zoaholic or Sporagamos. But for Pam really reminded me, I mean, we have to remember that the nickname that for Pam is given is Storehouse. And so my assumption based off of this right here is that for Pam is more akin to Toji's curse from JJK, in that she probably has multiple weapons or relics within itself that Sarajo is able to pull out at will. So we see Reg obviously confused on where that came from, but Sarajo says, leave the small ones to me. Just give me your line of sight. Keep your senses sharp for any absurd presence like that big one from before. Your 5 senses are far beyond the rest of us. And a good question comes up from Rico. Sarajo-san, I had the feeling your group could see souls, but, could you not detect that jellyfish from before? So it seems Sarajo does confirm this, and gives us a little more clarification, saying that it's impossible to focus on the soul if you are unable to notice them. this I thought was weird. So Menya hops on top of Raig's head and does her little meow. Raig is obviously confused, and he looks down to where Menya is looking down, and he thinks to himself, the bird that Sarajo took care of. So it was shaped like this? So, like, what? So, you have to think of it as almost like a movie, right? Everything in a shot, in a scene, is put there intentionally by the director. And the same thing goes for books, and especially books. The fact that he took the time to draw Mania particularly interested in this creature, and the fact that Raig even stopped to question its shape is a little interesting to say the least. And Nishigora and Tapaste do indeed find a cave suitable for Nanachi's recovery. And as they climb up, we get another cool shot of the 7th layer's fauna, which is really cool. More shapes, more swirls. This right here, I'm going to use my mouse, guys. This shape right here is pretty prevalent. I know that could just be a random shape, but I think shapes are very, very important in this. Here's some more down here. Right here. Nanachi is not looking good. And there's Raig once again getting emotional. Right, it's no time to be flustered. Thank you. Let's hurry to somewhere where we can do the treatment. Leave guarding to me. You must be exhausted. I leave Nanachi to you. So putting some trust into Hail Hex, which could come and bite them in the butt later. I scattered some type of massive insect. Good work. Tapaste and I will prepare camp. I see this hole is quite windy. Nishigora, check the end of it. Roger. The rest, take care of Nachan. Raig is asking for the crumple pot, trying to get some water, which I would not trust from the 7th layer, but that's just me. Fapta goes with him. Not sure why. Raig is pretty powerful, but I guess so is the rest of Hail Hex. Man, yeah, Nanachi is not looking good. Given more information that the secretions from that creature's body have entered the body, not Nanachi's body. I could neutralize it with my poison to some degree, but this method will place an awful lot of strain on the body, and while it's clear there will be after effects, there's even a risk of death from the shock. It can't be. After saying that I would help, I am deeply sorry that this is the only method available. There's Riko springing into action again, using her intuition and her quick thinking. Is there something here that can be used? Anything that can help Nanachi, even a little. Tapaste offers her stuff in return. It seems Yataramar is looking at these surgical tools that Tapaste seems to have given Hello Abyss crew. And he says he's not going to use these surgery tools, that he will use his corrosion-resistant tools. But regardless, that's not very important. What is important is the fact that they, due to spilling out all of their relics, their collection of stuff within the bag, they come across something rather mysterious. Riko, what's this? Did we put this in? The wrapping is falling off. This has signs of something being written on it. And there's Fapta making an entrance. Phone. Smells like Mother Sosu. It's from the village. It hits them. It has to be. They put it in our belongings. It's a farewell gift. I somehow get the feeling that it looks like the pillow the inn owner had. What's inside? Opening up, it seems the essence, the aroma of this mysterious liquid catches the attention of some of Hail Hex, and Nishigora, quite surprised, asks what they're doing with alcohol, and Yataramar immediately grabs it, surprised. Dream Retreat Alcoholic Medicine. Where did you... No, wait. We can use it to lessen the shock. I'll begin treatment. So Dream Retreat Alcoholic Medicine. The first thing that pops in my mind is Bailoff, right? And the fact that he was... that scents are tied to memories, and the fact that Nanachi was also under a coma-like sleep, a dream-like paradise with her and Mitty, a dream retreat. But anyway, Yataramar explains some more that while his poison is neutralizing the creature's fluids, that Nanachi is likely going to wake up. And when that happens, please stay calm and administer the medicinal alcohol. And after explaining that Nanachi will indeed wake up, quote, naturally, that at the end of the day, the survival of Nanachi will come down to herself. And Reg is looking at Nanachi's injuries and is completely shaken by the fact that it looks mauled, it looks horrible. And Yataramar reinforces this by saying, it's completely shattered. I can put it back into shape, but it's hard to imagine that that leg could ever be used to walk again. And Reg is breaking down again, saying, I'm gonna bring you with us, even if I have to carry you. Which could just be a one-off thing, but we'll see. And it seems that Yatamar was indeed right. Nanachi wakes up, and after being given this dream retreat medicine, she seizes up, and they tried to conversate with her, tried to see where exactly she's at mentally. Where did you go? There's gotta be something strange with this, no? I don't wanna not without. Don't leave me, Mitty. After confirming that Nanachi's treatment was at least a success to the point where she's got the possibility to live, it's told to us that multiple days of absolute rest will be needed. There may also be sudden changes, and then he seems to fall over, okay? Surajo explains that it's recoil for maintaining the power of the release. And as Reg and Rico thank him for his pretty impactful help towards Nanachi's recovery, he kind of just is like, you know what, that's just what we had to do. I mean, the twins are alive thanks to her, so. And brings up the dream retreat alcoholic medicine. So obviously Rico, not knowing what this is, asks him what is it, and that it had a crazy effect on Nanachi when given to her. And this is where it starts getting really interesting, guys. So I'm just gonna go quote by quote here. It's a type of narcotic. The process for drawing out its medicinal properties is awfully complicated, including the time for it to age. At the very least, it's a product that takes 100 years. It's a level of purity I have never seen before. If it would be of no hindrance to you, could you tell me, where did you acquire it? And as Rico explains that it's more than likely that it came from the princess's hometown, Fapta's village, her mother. Fapta even explains that she had Gabu collect these ingredients and I don't know, to age it or whatever. So who knows how long it's been since Ganja and since Fapta was even conceived. And Rico, I think she kind of messes up here. She tells them that Fapta was born within the 6th layer. But she didn't mention that she was born from relics, which is a totally different thing. But anyway, I previously mentioned the process for the medicinal alcohol takes 100 years, but the 6th layer and the surface, I hear the time dilation difference between them is that of dozens of times. So, 100 years in the 6th layer would be over 3,000 years on the surface. 3,000, guys. That would mean it was the deed of someone who survived a previous 2,000-year cycle. Alcohol from beyond the cycle of reincarnation. Your tracks continue to be full of surprises. It seems the source of that medicinal alcohol was from some deciphered beyond glyphs. To think you really are a princess from a lost country. And Sakushi gives us some info that has been shared to us in the previous chapters about beyond glyphs, and I'm going to read that to kind of catch up, refresh anybody. Pictographs that have been found across many ruins of the Abyss They are said to be from a previous civilization. And we can see Omamori right there. So it's clear that they either originated from them or that they are in tune with the language. And if we look right here, here it is again, guys. The shape right there, the little line through it, and a dot up there. Okay, so this is closer to the sign of the abyss. Okay, but typically the moon is on the left side and the circle is encapsulated in the moon on the right side. Wazukan's symbol also looked more similar to this, with the crescent moon on the bottom right side and a circle nestled into the left side of it. So not quite the abyss glyph that we know it as up in Orth, but perhaps something deeper. Okay, I just want to bring that up. As Nanachi begs that she doesn't want any of the medicine anymore, it seems that she is still in this dream retreat. Okay, and she's asking the crew, the gang, to not leave her. And they ask her if she remembers anything. Don't leave me. Hey, do you remember what happened just now? Nanachi says that she doesn't remember, so how on earth would she be able to say not to use it? I don't have the right to have that be used on me. No, because if we hadn't used it, you might have died. Well, also with Iyata Amar, though, I mean. So Riko is thinking back on the life that Nanachi had before them, and thinking of the time where they came back to fight Bondru to go into the 6th layer, and how she was having almost flashbacks of she was getting triggered by the room where they created the cartridges. Enrico confirms it, saying that maybe what happened while with the Lord of Dawn is on Nanachi's mind. And as Manae comes up to Nanachi's resting body, he starts drawing something. And Reg is a little taken aback by this, kind of just shocked how he could be taking it so lightly right now. And Sarajo goes ahead and breaks this down for us even further. Manae, the younger brother, I apologize. Please allow the record keeping of our squad member. And Manae says some very interesting things as well. I want Na-chan, who saved us, to be left behind for posterity, even after we are gone. His lifespan, Manae and Shirumi's life, will hold for 1 more month. They will not be able to live past that. For an unavoidable reason, all of their limbs and over half of their spines have been replaced with relics. So, literally exactly like Reg. While they may be a lifeline, these treatments continue to gnaw away at their lives at the same time. For as long as he lives, Manae wishes to at least leave behind evidence that they had lived. Please allow them forgiveness. Manae seems to break down even further, saying that Nanachi went so far to save them, and that it seems almost fruitless at this point, as they don't even have that much longer to live. And this mortality, kind of this realization that death is a very serious thing, obviously, but as a kid, it's kind of hard to see that. Even as a young adult, it's kind of hard to see that. And he thinks about it longer, saying that he knew that when he started off with Rico, that they would not be able to come back to Orth at all, that they knew it was a one-way trip, but that the fact that the hope, the light at the end of the tunnel, that as long as they lived, they would be able to continue on whatever adventure, no matter where it led them. But the fact that he made such a lighthearted approach towards this mindset that he had, it hits him that these children right here not only were born in a way that they didn't have a choice of, but also the fact that it doesn't matter how far the twins go.
A month is a month, okay? Now, that's the thing though. We don't know a month, you know, in the 7th layer or a month Orth time. Okay? It's really convoluted right now, but Ray kind of has that realization and apologizes for pushing his feelings onto them. And this is where the title of the chapter comes in. He tells Manae, "I'll be away for a little. Please stay and watch Nanachi for me. Also, while we are together, please rely on me more. You can treat me as even a brother." And Manae seems a little taken back by this, saying that it's probably a little too much for him. And Rake tells Rico that he's gonna get more water. And Nishigora comes up behind him, saying at the other end of the cave, there's some water. This turned out to be a tunnel, collapsed midway though. You can see a waterfall on the exit at the other end, but I can't reach it. I'll support ya, so you extend your arms. A proposal I'm grateful for. Rico, Fepta, call me if anything happens. And as they walk to the other side, Nishigora compliments him, saying that he was super, super cool, and that you never really know what's lurking in the abyss. Reg, as he agrees with this, comes up to the end of this cave, and when I first saw this, I immediately thought the same thing. Wow, this looks like a bunch of incinerator shots. And as we turn the page, we go to the next page, we see a very, very cool revelation here. Rake has a flashback, just like he did in the first layer. When he's looking at the Forest of Temptation with Rico, he says, "This is flashback. Nisama, Onisama, look me in the eyes, please, together with Karina." And we see that this is not Rake. This is not Rake, okay? This is closer to the female type. It's got the claws. It's got the flower on the helmet. It has a different symbol on the glass part that is theorized to be as a sort of battery towards Rake's incinerator and the energy that he has. The buckle is not on the far right. It's right up in the front. And the little dip that is on Rake's right shoulder is in the middle. So this is a completely different person. So is it possible that Reg is either Ni or Oni? Who knows? Also, I don't know if it's Karina. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. Blue pendant right there. There's the shape. Okay. I've been saying it forever. Shapes are important, and the blue pendant just reinforces this theory. We've seen that shape all throughout the new chapters, with this kind of build up with the curse and the Hariamari collection and the Shrine Maiden and all that. It's kind of coming together. The excavation site of Habo, the preservation units that are in there, the preservation chambers or whatever they're called, vessels. Very, very weird. Rake freaks out. Nishigora's, "Hey, this is amazing. This thing ain't natural, is it? I wonder who could have done this." Yeah, you're right. Seriously. Did I seriously do this? And as we look over across the cliff, we see a shape in the distance, surrounded by swirls and an encasing of flesh, it seems. It's that thing, right? Like how a pyromaniac returns to the scene of the crime. Or something. That kind of thing. Homing instincts? Feel like it's a little different. Just you wait, Tapaste-chan. Boom! That is absolutely bonkers, dude. That is wild. Not only does this person have a gun, which we really haven't seen within the universe of, or within the anime and the manga. They do have some in the games, but I feel like that's more tiny lore bits that you could take out of it, more than it is actually canon within the canon of Maiden Abyss. But we see, okay, she so far, or they, I'm sorry, they do not seem like Reg. Her helmet is kind of similar to Nanachi's, but that just might be a stylistic choice. She has markings on her. I'm sorry, guys. They have markings on their face, and it seems not to be reminiscent of Reg's. If we go back here and we look at Reg's markings just from here, we can see that they are quite different. Quite different. And even if we go back here, it seems to have the rectangular lines just put somewhere else. And the eyes are the same as well. And if we look back at this mysterious person, the eyes are not the same. Okay? The lines, the markings are not the same. So could this potentially be the true citizens of the abyss that has been talked about? Or, and we saw in the Bondrewd fight, I can't quite remember if he got like more energy due to the power that he absorbed from Edo Front, or I can't quite remember how it was explained away that he was able to fire so many incinerator rounds during his fight with Bondrewd. I can't quite remember. I'm almost certain there's a reason though. Is it possible that Rhaeg was able to control, quote, the release, his white whistle form, independently from an actual white whistle? Because if we look here, I mean, of course we don't know the whole details, right? It's possible that a white whistle did blow for this girl type, and that's why she is able to transform. But it's also possible that she's able to do it at will, and Rhaeg at one time was able to also, before he lost his memories. As we know, during the fight with Bondrewd, he was able to kind of communicate or channel this previous battle-hardened body of his that was able to unlock these memories that made him stronger, faster, and you know, more conscious of how to use his relic body. But yeah, so I think this person is more akin to a true resident, as you would call it. But I'd have to go back and look at Arumari's village and see if the markings line up more to Rhaeg. I'm pretty sure they're more rectangular, so perhaps this is one of the Shrine Maiden underlings, or maybe the Shrine Maiden herself. Maybe Rhaeg's like a defector, right? Because it seems like if we look at Rhaeg's helmet, it looks like there is a little hole that got disintegrated, right? And I say it like that because we really haven't seen Rhaeg's incinerator able to get that narrow, but one that we have seen that is able to get that small to do something, you know, similar to that size of the hole in his horn is Bondrewd Sparagamos. And we also know that Sparagamos, a weapon like Sparagamos, wasn't even seen before this girl type, this right here, girl type, was sighted within the 5th layer. She's obviously crying, so it had to be some kind of emotional battle. And if we take the insinuation that because Rhaeg is having this flashback here, that he is the one fighting, or at least fighting with girl type right here, does confirm even more so that Rhaeg was the reason for the destruction within the 7th layer. And if we go back to the last page once again, we can see more shapes that I was talking about, more swirls, more little indentions. These shapes, it's even above her as well, right here, up here as well. She's smoking a cigarette. It seems like we can make a discussion about it. I might make a community post or something about the newest chapter, just because it's so revealing. Even though there's still a lot of questions, I can feel it inching closer and closer to more answers. Instead of going on and rambling, I'm gonna call it here. And if you guys have anything else to add, anything I missed, anything I got wrong, let me know. This is just a quick, simple video that I can get out just to get my excitement out there. And I'll see you guys in the next one.